up, get up. It's time to work, time to work, time to work.
Howdy fam, thank you for joining me. This is episode 4 of Mindset Moves, and I'm Coach Julie. Let's go. Okay, in today's episode, we are going to discuss 3 things that you can do to maximize your results. Think of it like compound interest. When you are working hard and doing everything you can, you want to squeeze a little bit more of that juice so results can maximize. Let's get into it. Tip number 1, work out in a fasted state. What does that mean? Work out before you eat. Work out hungry. I am currently doing intermittent fasting. So basically that just means that I segregate a time of the day that I'm going to eat and other time I'm not going to eat. Right now I'm doing a 16-8. So that means 16 hours a day I don't eat, 8 hours a day I do eat. It's an 8-hour window. For me currently it is noon to 8 p.m. So I don't eat before then, I don't eat after then. So that is the window for me to eat. Now I go to the gym between 9, 10, 11 every morning. So I'm not having my first meal of the day until noon, sometimes 2 if I'm late at it. But when you go to the gym and you work out in a fasted state, you're absolutely going to maximize your results. I don't claim to be a scientist or a doctor. I've read enough, heard enough, and experienced enough to know that this is absolutely true and been successful for me. So I'm sharing my experience with you. That might not be possible if you have to work out at the end of the day after your job, to not eat all day. But when you can, go to the gym and do your workout or wherever you do your workout in a fasted state. You will absolutely be maximizing the results of that hard work and all those reps. Which is the goal, right? Like, how can we get better 1% every day, all the time? So that is my first recommendation, is that you work out in a fasted state. Okay, tip number 2 to maximizing your results. Stay ahead of your hunger. This is a huge one, and this took me a decade to truly figure out. Stay ahead of your hunger. And what I mean by that and how I utilize that is that, yes, have a food plan, but like really detailed on that day. Like I said, I'm going to eat my first meal after my workout. So I'm eating breakfast at noon. The second I'm done eating, I prepare my next meal, whether it be sandwich or tuna or whatever I'm going to have. I'm going to prepare that and stay ahead of my hunger, because we fall off and make mistakes when we're behind our hunger. When we get to the point where we've been grinding or working or just lost track of time, and then you like realize you're starving. Now what do? If you don't have a plan, this is when you make poor decisions. This is when you go through the drive-thru. This is when you eat the bag of chips. This is when you fail. So if you can stay ahead of your hunger and have a plan, you have to have a game plan every day, all the time, to stay ahead of it until it becomes like clockwork and it's your routine. For now, it is like that for me, but it's because I suffered so long. Like, they talk about being hangry, hungry and angry. I lived hangry for a decade because I couldn't ever get ahead of my hunger. And it is an absolute game changer. Like I said before, on Sunday nights, my partner and I sit down and plan our dinners for the week. So we know what major protein we're going to be eating, whether it's chicken or fish or steak or turkey or whatever it is. Get that dialed in. And if you're a vegetarian, fine, whatever. Figure it out. You got to eat more vegetables, but you can do it. That's a talk for another episode. But my point is, we plan out our dinners. So then I'm taking care of my breakfast in the morning. And then when I'm done with that breakfast, I'm going towards that next meal and having it prepped and ready for me every day. It's an absolute game changer to not have to think about what you're going to eat. Eliminate that decision fatigue and get ahead of your hunger. Tip number 3 of maximizing your results. Keep your momentum. It's so horrible to lose your momentum. I have done it multiple times, and then I'm beating myself up because I know what it felt like to be in the groove, and then I think I can give it up and get it right back. Like doing 75 hard, or I'm doing these 8-week challenges, and then it's like, okay, let me just have a weekend of like party, chips and pizza and whatever. And that 48 hours turns into 4 weeks or 8 weeks or 12 weeks. And it's horrible because then you've got to fight to get that back. So keep your momentum. Currently, I am lifting 6 days a week, and I have 1 rest day. And by far, my rest day is my hardest day for me because I don't have my momentum. I'm like out of sorts because I've just dialed in so much with my routine. I get up, I walk, I read, I go to the gym. And when I remove that gym factor, for me, it is super challenging. My whole day feels harder, ironically, when I don't work out. Though rest is important. But keep your momentum going is the point. So even on my rest days, I'm walking twice a day. Last week on my rest day, I ran. I'm not advising you push and go crazy. We absolutely need balance. So rest is essential. But the point is, when you're working so hard to gain this momentum, there's not an end date. And that is like overwhelming to some people at first. But once you realize it's like a video game that you get to keep leveling up in. There's always another level to go to. Even if you've reached your ideal body weight, body percentage, you're lifting everything, now you get to get like super detailed. Maybe you want to power lift. Maybe you need to work on stretching and yoga. Maybe you like have neglected your cardio because you've just been lifting. Whatever it is, there's another level. There's always another level. If you're alive, there's another level. So keep your momentum. It's fine if you have to transition it. If you get a knee injury, now it's time to go work on swimming or work on your stretching or what have you. But there's always a way to continue leveling up. There's no reason to ever stop. And keeping your momentum is just going to afford you such great success, physically and mentally. It's a game changer. When you're in the groove and you know how good it feels, like, please journal, write about it, remind yourself. So if you were even close to losing your momentum, you can go back and read that and be like, oh, wait a minute. I felt so good and that was incredible. Like, I have to keep doing something to keep my momentum going. Keep that ball rolling, keep it going in any direction you can. And you're going to be better for it. It's going to maximize every result that you need. All right. That is 3 tips to maximize your results. Work out in a fasted state, stay ahead of your hunger, and keep your momentum. All of these things are going to ensure your success is even higher. It's a game changer. I hope you enjoyed this. If you have other tips, please share them in the comments below. What are you doing to maximize your results? We're all different, and I'm simply just expressing my journey and what has been working incredibly for me. I hope you find what you need. You got this, and I believe in you.